Hello, beautiful mamas. I'm Isabel Bridges, your host here at the Mother's Empowerment Circle, and I'm here with another mommy moment. How is everyone? How was your weekend? How is your Monday morning going? I have moved into an actual office. I don't know if you know this, but I was in our laundry room before this. So my house is a bit cluttered as we transition into me having my own space. Yay, I'm so happy for me. And transitions are a bit unsettling for me. I don't know about you. We've also just transitioned into the school year. My son is about to be in aftercare for the first time. So change and that between time where we're in flux is uncomfortable. So I just want to bring this forth because this is a place where we get to be really honest, and I get to be honest with you as well. So that's not what I want to talk about today. Today, I want to talk about our priorities and how we hold ourselves as mothers and as wives and as workers, right? What are our expectations for ourselves and how that impacts the way we show up inside and outside? So I've talked about this a lot, but when my daughter was born 8 years ago, she didn't meet a lot of the milestones that my friends' children were meeting, or she was at the very late end. So this included rolling over as a baby and sitting up and crawling and walking. And it's continued into her early childhood, from jumping rope, which has been difficult, to reading and writing and math. She's been at the later end. And as a mom, I question, am I doing it right? Like, what have I done wrong? And this has been a learning experience for me for my daughter's entire life. I've felt myself questioning, what am I doing wrong? Which is such a disempowering question, right? Because then when we ask that question, we're looking for answers to validate the question. So the invitation to you as well as to me is to ask more empowering questions. So look at all the things I'm doing right. She's a happy, healthy kid. She has wonderful friends. People enjoy spending time with her, right? All these things that I'm doing right. I don't want to let this tendency for her to not be up to what all the other kids are doing impact the way I view her, right? Because she's an incredible young girl, and so am I, right? I'm an incredible mom, and my mothering has her ability to do math is no indication of my ability to mother her. So the question I am posing today is, what's your motto? Do you aim low and go slow? Or are you more prone to aiming high and with a lot of urgency? I find that I'm also in a transition. Again, early motherhood called me to aim low and go slow, which is not my MO, my mode of operation. I like to go fast. I like to get things done. I like to be super efficient. I like to aim high. Early motherhood, though, taught me that aiming high and then failing does not serve me, especially when I'm feeling vulnerable. So during the first few years of parenting, I gave myself permission to aim low. So my house was not as clean as it was before having kids. Not nearly as clean. My marriage wasn't as connected, right? My dog certainly didn't get walked as much before we had children. And I gave myself permission to let that be okay, to aim low, right? Now, there are certain priorities that were still important to me, right? So my health, my sleep, what little sleep I could get. That's another conversation for another day, right? There are still priorities that were important that I had high expectations of, but it can't be everything, right? We can't hold all parts of our lives with high expectations, or we can, right? You're welcome to. And my invitation is to look at your life, look at the places where you're starting to feel resentful, or look at the places where you're envious of how other women are living their lives. And allow that to be a trigger rather than to look outside, to look back inside. How are you being in your own life? And what do you want? What is that envy or that jealousy or that resentment telling you that you want? Because sometimes it's not easy for us to admit what we want, right? And so let those be a trigger for your own inquiry, your own self-inquiry. And then we can go forward and we can determine for ourselves, what do I want? And how can I make this happen for myself with realistic expectation? So again, I'm in this period of transition where my son is in preschool 4 days a week. All of a sudden, I have this extra time in my calendar and space in my life. My kids are sharing a room, so we have this whole new room, and I get to fill it with me and my passions and my purpose and my mission, which is to serve you. So all of a sudden, I'm having more space and time for me. And this is a new phase of life for me. So I am stepping into aiming high. I'm stepping into more rigor in my life, more urgency in my life, more determination in my life. And I haven't always been able to set my life up that way. So I'm feeling really excited. And my invitation to you is to step into this conversation and let us know what phase of life you find yourself in. Are you in a phase of life where you need to move more slowly and intentionally and act with mindfulness that you may not have needed prior to becoming a mom? Maybe you aren't feeling well, or maybe you just had a baby, or maybe you're feeling really overwhelmed. What season of your life you are in will determine your expectations. So maybe your kids are heading into high school and they can make their own meals and drive themselves around. In that case, my invitation is to you is to aim a bit higher. Be excited about this spaciousness that is unfolding in your life. And what are you inserting into that space? Again, with intention. Again, with mindfulness, but in a whole new way than you were, 10 years ago. Let's start the conversation. Leave a comment below. You can also send me a DM if your experience is something that requires more intimacy. I'm happy to have this conversation one-on-one with you as well. You can book a dream catcher call with me, a free call with me, which is my gift to all of the women in our community. And you can do that at isabelbridges.com, and you'll see the little tab to schedule your dream catcher session up at the top left, right. So until next time, mamas, have a good one. Take care. I know you will. And remember to leave a comment on what season of life you're in. Okay? Take care.